Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday night here on the boat. The crew is here. They're just looking over some of the scheduling for the week and see where we're going. The next morning, we're having this yummy banana bread breakfast with cereal, and now have a look at what they're doing.
Well, that's 13 or 12. No, 13 or 14, probably.
I'm not seeing what you're doing.
So it'll be easy on this side actually, and then you would move it and then tension it out.
Yep. And I use a screwdriver, and that'll actually pry over just by using a screwdriver. I find that easy as long as you find something that's not going to crack when you pry it. Yeah, ease that off.
Right?
So we're going to tighten the, harden the belt.
You have to loosen the...
Listen, yeah.
Go the other way.
Other way.
Loosey goosey. There you go. Loosey lefty. Good. Now somebody's going to take this and pry that over. That works. Now feel the tension on the belt. There we go. Good. Harden it up. Look at that.
Easy peasy.
Easy. Good. Good. Okay. Done deal.
Do you have an extra belt?
I do. I have spare belts underneath here. Spare impeller. Speaking of the impeller, you see this down here?
This one?
Yep. What does it say there in the front?
It's a pump.
Now, what does that sticker say?
Oh, February 15, 2022.
February 15, 2022 is when I last replaced that impeller. I do have two spare impellers. That impeller there, you take the 4 screws off, the impeller slides out.
What are you pointing
Is
at?
that what the strainer is?
No, no.
Rub on
Yeah.
When did you replace it last?
February 2022. Okay. So that's there.
It's a year.
Yep, it's a year. I usually replace it every season, but it was near the end of last season, so I didn't bother changing it. It might bite me in the ass, because I usually replace it every year.
This is a filter of raw water?
That's the one that
Yeah.
we destroyed on the boat this summer.
That
we had to
that
get
pumps
a new one.
that pumps the seawater that comes out of this hose back to the strainer there, get any
cool the
sea grass off, back into this impeller, and the impeller is what pumps it. It spins around, pumps the water then up through the heat heat exchanger. The heat exchanger is what the cool seawater goes through to cool the hot coolant in the engine. This here is the pump that pumps the coolant through the engine. Okay, and so the cool coolant that goes through the heat exchanger then pumps through the engine, which then cools the engine. All right. Then this, what, you got a question?
Yeah, so when you replace this impeller,
Yep.
how do you prime it? Has to be under pressure?
No.
Just not that. So I'm going to show you a broken impeller, what it looks like as well. Just give me a sec. And then the strainer, we're also going to check that and make sure there's no seaweed in there.
Strainer's up top.
The
one
strainer's
white
way
pan
at the back
on
there.
the
See where
right.
the coolant reserve tank is?
Yep.
So it goes
there
from
is
that
the coolant.
side?
Yeah, so we can get into this, but we're not going to do that just yet. As long as you just understand how this all works here.
Yeah.
All
So you
right?
have to take those 4 screws
I understand
off
the
to
hard
take it
way.
out?
How that
Slide it out, put the new one in, hey?
I understand the hard way.
Yeah, so you know the hard way, exactly. That's good.
What happened when
You learn by
Sorry, I don't
doing.
remember.
You never forget.
Hey,
a lesson.
remember?
Oh,
When you're
you're
told something you forget, you see something you might remember, but if you do something, now you understand.
What happened
right?
to it? I don't remember.
Well, it was torched when we got the boat, and then we took the boat out, and it's like the boat's overheating. So then we had to go through diagnostic. Why is it overheating? And that was the reason.
So I had a student that checked the strainer, and he cross-set the coolant so there was no water. So when I started the engine, this is why I always look to make sure there's water going out. I didn't see water. I shut off within 30 seconds.
It was damaged.
Where do you see the water?
Outside. When it spits out,
Oh.
I think it's on the
water
So when you turn the
lubricates it
engine
when it
on, you
goes
should
through.
see the water.
Spit it out, yeah.
So there's what happened.
Wow.
Just for less than 30 seconds, the
smokes.
engine running without water.
Wow.
Okay, so now that's not going to spin around and pump, right? And those, fortunately, all 3 pieces, I was able, they were all still there because we shut off so soon, so it wasn't in the engine. So I didn't have to take stuff apart and say, where's those pieces gone?
What's this called?
Impeller.
Impeller.
That's an
So
impeller.
he kept the thing closed, the seat
No, back there, the strainer,
Yeah.
it's above sea level.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's up high. It got cross-threaded when it was
Oh,
screwed back
okay,
on, so it was getting air.
Oh,
So it wasn't a sealed unit anymore, so it didn't prime. All right. Good. Enough questions about this side?
Yep.
and we're going to slide around the other side, and we're going to change the impeller. All right, so I need to just get in there, and I'm going to demonstrate what everybody's watching. These go by now. Okay. Yeah, we'll get that in a minute. We'll get that in a minute. Okay. All right. I'm just going to. You see the little rubber seal there? We got to make sure that's on. I think that's what happens. That got straight up. There's the lid. Oh wait, there's the strainer. What do we got in there?
Frogs?
Go clean it off. That's
see?
straight.
There's just a few frogs.
Few frogs, oh my heavens, yes.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it.
I'm trying to get it.
And then how much, do you just take the chunks out or do you wash it and scrub it?
You can give it. No, you don't have to scrub it. No, that's you don't have to scrub it. Just knock it out so all the chunks are gone. Okay. And if you're concerned, run a bit of wire through it.
Too many taps. What's this tap versus that
Oh,
tap?
because you have to thing, and I already put all the stuff in for traveling. So,
Sorry.
Frugal with the water.
that's it, that's
Good,
good,
good.
good,
Go with water.
Kimberly needs this underneath it for
Sorry.
taking it.
You'll get tired of hearing me. But I'd sooner sail than
Put
go
it on
find
here,
water.
carrying.
All right, good. You got it. So when you put this back, you see that hole? That lines up with a pipe in here. See that hole?
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that it
Lines up with the hole.
lines up and goes in place. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then
that
you
your
put this
seal's still
on
on.
and make sure that we don't cross thread. There. It's easily threading in. That's the biggest thing. And then you just snug it up good. There we go. There and there. Now that's good to go. I feel comfortable, but I'll still, when we start the engine, I want to make sure we got water flow to the exhaust. All right?
So
Actually-
now that we've learned lots about the boat motor, we are here at Fig Tree in Union Island by Admiral Bay, enjoying a nice supper together. And orders are being taken, and the orders were lots of bananas for the boat for that week too. So funny. Enjoy.
How much I love